Peace to y'all family. How y'all doing? It's GMB, man. We back, man. It's been a minute since I talked to you. You know, I kind of took a break from this account, not intentionally, but you know, creating content is a job. So today's episode is going to be about sublimating onto a 60% cotton, 40% polyester shirt. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so today we got a design on here. I will post a link in the description where I found this design. I did not design it. I do design, draw, illustrate, all that good jazz. All right, so let's dive right into it. As you can see, we are working in Photoshop, and I'm sending this print to the Epson Workforce 7720. You know, sublimation, I find it to be the best way to go. I came in doing two-step transfers with the White Toner printer, HP printer from US Cutter. I think that was what the name was, but yeah, man, I had some success with it. It was a huge learning curve with the transfer paper, and I probably will get into that in another episode, kind of talk about, you know, my process in doing two-step transfers. But with sublimation, you ain't got to do all that. It's real simple. It's all about, you know, again, having the printer, probably the printer paper, sublimation paper, although you can print on regular paper. I've tried that before. Probably do an episode on that, you know, but to hold that ink onto the paper, you would probably need a thicker type paper, and sublimation paper is not necessarily all that expensive, fairly cheap in comparison to the White Toner Transfer paper, because you got the AB sheet. You know, you got sheet A and sheet B. Both you need 100. You need 100 pack. Gonna be 100 a piece. That's just for an 8.5 by 11. So you size your prints up to 11 by 17, 8.3. Then you're looking at an additional 100 on top of that. So you can easily get into $400 for White Toner transfer process. So we're here in Photoshop, and basically this is what we're working with. Dog with the Christmas scarf and a hat on with the glasses, and we're going to send that to the workforce and print this thing out, hit the print settings. I am connected, I can't talk today, I am connected to the Epson wirelessly, so you can see that. Well, I ain't gonna be showing all that, but you can see right there. But yeah, we got Epson printed. This is what I saved it as, 11 by 17 color, which is the size of the sublimation paper that's in the printer. Okay, I went into this Untitled, I might need to save it, but you know, when I don't see this the size here, I went to manage custom sizes and then put in 11 by 17. So we make sure we're working with what we're working with. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so media quality, you know, I'm always on photo matte paper. So photo matte paper quality, be the best. All right, so it's already saved. Really, all I gotta do is just go print. All right, so we're gonna hit print. All right, so here we are at the printer. It's the Epson Workforce WF 7720 sublimation printer. It didn't come as a sublimation printer. It came as an inkjet printer, and we converted it into a sublimation printer. If you want to figure out how to do that, the link will be in the description. So like I said, we are on, I'd rather pull out we're working with A-Sub sublimation paper, 120G 11x17 sublimation paper. Okay, so it's a pretty decent size for what we're working for. 11x17 is really perfect for t-shirt decoration. And again, today we got the Augusta sportswear, right? And this is an extra large, and this is the outcome. That's what we're getting. Okay, 40% polyester, 60% cotton. This is what, and the feel of it is perfect. It's like the shirt. You know, you ain't gotta worry about anything cracking. This is perfect. I love washability, and sublimation is where it's at when it comes to that. We gotta pull this big dog out. Alright, and as you can see here on the A-Sub paper, this side should be up. The A-Sub paper, and you got this side's a little bit rougher. The side that's the side you're gonna be printing on. So the white side face down. So that's in there. All right. So okay. So covering. We're waiting on our design to be printed, so we can take it to the heat press and get that going. Probably just speed through this part. Okay, so here we go. So we're about to sublimate this onto, let me put my gloves on. Cheap gloves, because I'm gonna do this particular shirt. The first shirt was mine, that's what I'm wearing. But this particular shirt I'm gonna handle with gloves. I might do a giveaway with this. Okay, so Augusta sportswear. Okay, 60% cotton, 40% polyester. Okay, so we're gonna sublimate onto this shirt, and stick with me. So as my heat press gets hot, we're gonna be sublimating. They say around 400 degrees, but I'm putting mine around 385, because at around 400 I can see some of the, I don't know, it's like the shirt is burned a little bit, so I kind of knocked it down about 15 degrees, around 385 for about 60 seconds. Usually does the job. So to each his own. You can mess around with the heat settings that works for you, you know. So it's on 220 right now, which is cool. We do want to prep the shirt. Give me some light over here. Ooh, how about that? Cool. All right. So I do have a Teflon sheet that came with the press for sublimation. Put it on here because, you know, I don't want to get a lot of ink on here. So I put that as protection to stop the bleeding. Also, because during sublimation, that joker will bleed through the shirt and the design. So just make sure you be careful of how you get that covered to protect your garment. All right, to protect your heat press as well, because any ink gets on that, you're gonna transfer it to another shirt. So I find that I want that about 2 inches off, because the design for print is around 15 inches. Okay, that's about the size of my platen, the size of my heat press. I'm using a 15 by 15 basically a cheap heat press. I got it off of eBay for about $250. Yeah, we're just getting the shirt ready for positioning. Okay, we're already slimmed off 2 inches. Keep that in mind. And we're gonna put the design on there. See, I can already see. I can see leftovers from the last time, and I don't even wanna mess with that. So what we're gonna do, it look a little yellowish. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks a little yellowish in some of the. Anywho, you know, just get you some more. Butcher paper. I'm just got some really young sheets, and we're gonna place this in the middle. We're gonna place this directly in the middle. So because I don't have a big roll, I got some 8.5 by 11 sheets. I just want to put that in the middle just like that inside the shirt, so I can take care of my design. It'll protect my shirt from the design bleeding through. Okay, so we're gonna go and put this in here. I heard some people say it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it for your customer. Let's get that down, all the way down. Okay. Alright, got everything centered. Kind of engage it off the lines off the corner. Make sure the ends. See? Okay. Alright, so we're good with that. You know, so once we put the design on, you don't want it to go through the first layer, the top layer of your shirt, end up getting to the back layer of your shirt. So, you know, this part right here. So this is the first layer we're printing on. You want that cover in there to keep from going to that second layer. All right. One, I would say tip. Here's our design. Right. One tip that I heard, because a few times before I learned this tip, I was getting like this little, I guess it was called ghosting, which I would recommend people to use thermal tape. Use this right here, some thermal tape. I don't know if it will get on. Anyway, now I feel like, now I see how everybody else feels with autofocus problems. But anyway, thermal tape, this is what you'll use to hold your design down to the garment, so that when you lift up, even though I don't have a clam press, any action of lifting up will kind of give it like a suction to your design, and it will kind of lift up like that as you pull up. And when you do that, while it's still hot, the ink is still kind of loose as a gas, and it may ghost a little bit, meaning ink might smear off a little bit and create this fuzziness outside of the design. So you don't want that. You want everything to be centered in place. This particular design, I'm gonna do it without the thermal tape, and we're just gonna see how it turns out. But again, a YouTube video, I forgot her name, I'll shout her out in the description. And I remember her saying something about tearing the edges to the paper will help you with the outside ghosting that's going on, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and tear the edges off of the sides. And since I've been doing this, I have not seen that line. So shout out to the sister. I just hate I don't know her name, but you know, you be watching, you kind of pick up little things from everybody, and you just add it to your arsenal of knowledge, and then you apply. I mean, I ain't worrying about that little dot. You see the little gray dots, those should show up good too. So disregard your picture on the sublimation part, on the sublimation paper. On the sublimation paper looking a little faint. Don't worry about that. Usually when you're sublimating onto the shirt, those colors will activate from the heat, and they will turn darker, more vibrant. All right, so don't worry about it looking a little pale or opaque. Okay, like it's washed out with white, right? And those will activate to a darker color once it gets onto the garment under the heat. So the next part, we're going to get all the lint off the shirt. We don't want any, sometimes the lint will turn blue. I have that happen a few times, so we're going to get all the lint that you possibly could off your garment. All right, should be good to go. Probably want to give it a pre-press. I forgot to do that. Gotta lay that in there somewhere. Of course, we got the Teflon sheet going over the pre-press. We're gonna bump that up. We're gonna go down. We ain't gonna go down all the way, but just for a few seconds, get the wrinkles out. Boom. So we got the pre-press going. Oh, now I can see that my paper's offline. Let's see. See what's going zone. I need my paper on point, because this is so important. I got to roll it up. I'm going to roll it up in that thing. Yeah, you probably have to deal with this too. Let's do that. One more press. I don't want anything anywhere. Let's get that one more press. All right. So how that suction just brings it up off the. All right. So now we can put our design on. And I believe then I got enough room underneath that this is gonna fit just right. What y'all think, fam? Can y'all even see that? Okay. So we do want to add 2 more sheets or another sheet above your design. Okay, I usually have them horizontal, 2 horizontal. Okay, and after we use these, we're gonna throw these away, because what's gonna happen is that when we press, it's gonna bleed through the actual sublimation paper, and it's gonna go onto the parchment paper. Okay, so I got the shirt, design, parchment paper, and I'm gonna top it off with a Teflon. Okay, so that's gonna protect the garment, and it's gonna protect my heat press. So get that down, medium to firm pressure for 60 seconds, and I'm at 386, 385. It's what I try to shoot for, and no, what y'all think, fam? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Just gonna pull that up. Just gonna pull this up. See, I don't know if you can see that. You see a little, I can see something right here. Okay, you don't want that on your heat press, right? If you put that on your heat press, it piles up, and whenever you put a blank down, it's gonna roll onto that. So throw that in the trash. Put your finger down in the middle and just roll. I don't even know if I want to make sure I'm not in the way. Okay, gonna hold our fingers down. We're gonna lift up. How that look, fam? How that look? Okay. That's how I was looking. I don't know if that's in focus. We can get our sheet from up under. Nothing going on the side. But let's check this out. Now, keep in mind, we are sublimating onto a 60-40. That's 60% cotton, 40% polyester. And the fill is in the shirt. It's not a layer of ink on top of the garment. It's dyed into the shirt. I may do a updated video in the next few weeks or so to see how this print, see how the garment in the wash test turns out. So, but for now, man, that's it, man. I just want to take y'all through this process, get ready for some more videos coming soon. And ever since this pandemic, man, we've been sitting and thinking and implementing different strategies to kind of stay alive around this thing. So this is one of the aspects of expanding is garment decorating, even with apparel and other textiles like mugs, plates, mouse pads, socks, what you name it. We're gonna be getting into all of that, and hopefully bringing y'all some information that you could possibly do this as well from your home. Okay, so itsGMB, make sure you check us out, itsGMB.com, and we out. Peace.